Yo, GameBro here. Welcome back to my newest Let's Play. This is quite an old school game. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Alex Kidd was Sega's mascot before Sonic came around, and once the Blue was born, Alex Kidd was pretty much forgotten. Although thankfully he was brought back in some Sega games afterwards. You know the ones, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Sega Superstars 10s, I think. Only ever rented that game. But yes, how's the intro, by the way? Pretty kick-ass if I do say so myself. Not so much my novice editing skills, but more so that kick-ass song by Takenobu Mitsuyoshi. Such an awesome remix. Go check out the full version. Unless by chance it made your ears bleed or anything, but such a catchy theme. Yep. So in this game, you play as obviously Alex Kidd. It's a platforming game. You play through levels vertically, horizontally, platform stages. Sometimes you'll end up underwater. Sometimes you'll end up in a vehicle. Get a collect a lot of cash so you can be able to afford some sweet items. And I'm able to kill enemies from afar thanks to the bracelet from those mystery mystery boxes. Sometimes you'll get that. Thankfully, it's not something you have to use right away. You can just equip whenever it's convenient. Sometimes it is a 1-up. And unfortunately, sometimes it is a Grim Reaper that will try to come after you. And, yep, try to kill you. Obviously. It kind of seems to switch back and forth between those 3 items you can pick up. So like if you pick up a Grim Reaper from one of them boxes, next thing you'll get should be either a 1-up or one of those bracelets. But I'm pretty sure it switches from bracelet to Grim Reaper to a 1-up. This is a challenging game, but for the most part I do not call it unfair. And here we are. One of the best stages in the game because you can use this motorcycle. Those are always fun. Time to face the first boss. Here's one thing that'll turn people off from this game. Some that say that it ruins the game for them. Because these bosses, they're luck-based. They're Jankenpan, or rock, paper, scissors. See, while I don't entirely blame them, you only have to. It only has to be luck-based the very first time. You'll pick up an item later that you'll be able to read their minds. Although you will have to kill yourself in order to fetch it. So much is going on and I have so little to explain. There's no run button. You just press one of them to jump. You press the other to pow on enemies. Have Alex Kidd's fists grow bigger. This is a pretty fun game overall. Obviously it's supposed to compete with Super Mario Brothers. But it certainly doesn't feel like a rip-off. It is fairly different from pretty much every other platform I've seen. Now we're back in an underwater section. Some pretty nice music. The soundtrack to this game is overall pretty good. I mean, I do find myself occasionally humming to the main theme. And again, I stress, go check out the full version of Takenobu's version. So catchy. You complete stage by taking a rice ball. Alex and those onigiris. I have never owned a Sega Master System. I've only ever played a few ports from other consoles, like Phantasy Star on the Game Boy Advance collection, Sonic the Hedgehog on Virtual Console, Master System version, some of Sonic 2, and also this, of course. There's been a lot on the console that has interested me, although it's games like these that have caught my interest in the console even more. Sega Master System, NES, I believe, generally has more appealing games to look at. And I do prefer the sound chip than... although there's games like these that can be compared to NES games. And yes, Sega Master System is better quality, but I just always preferred the NES sound. This is a colorful game. This was pretty good looking back in '86. Yeah. Now we are in... Jeez. So much going on, so little time to explain. It's a short game. We're in the Petit Copter. Obviously, you're airborne. You can fire onto enemies. Be sure not to hit the blades, otherwise Alex Kidd will fall into the ocean. Now, you can now have to swim for the onigiri, and it's not as fun that way. I don't recommend the money bags. Like, right next to the obstacles. Unless, like, your timing is impeccable. So here we have these shops. You have a good variety of items. Like, you can pick up one life, picking up another Petit Copter. One of the earlier levels, also able to pick up a motorcycle, which I can't stress enough is the best part about the game. The music, the gameplay, it's so good. So be sure to collect some of them money bags. You'll always get currency by destroying blocks with stars on them, the ones with skulls on them. You'll be stunned for a few seconds. Nothing too bad unless there are enemies right next towards you. Those pink skulls, they'll summon up one of them Grim Reapers. See them. Those mystery boxes are not the only way to get yourself killed. Here we are battling an ox. It's very simple. You'll just knock it back with a punch. It'll come back at you faster each time until it is down for the count. Sadly, much of the bosses are rock, paper, scissors based and not action oriented like that last one. But here in the volcano, you can pick up an item that'll help you with that. Help you read the Jonken enemies' minds. Just making sure it's not going to be Grim Reaper. Nope. Just one of them bracelets. If you fetch one, you may as well use it right away because they're pretty generous with them. You may as well make use of them in a level. Once you make it to another one, they will be disabled and you have to collect another one and select it. And right there, I collected that thing. And I had to jump in the lava afterwards. Believe me, it's worth killing yourself for. You don't have to go through luck base now, you just have to time the Jonken just right. And run away, run away! That was a really close call. Thankfully, they will disappear after a few seconds. Oh, Alex Kidd became an angel. Once again, this game is quite generous with the lives. As I've stated, as I've collected another one. So anyways, it's rock, paper, scissors time. You keep going through the same dialogue each time. It is slightly annoying. But now, you can see what the enemy will be selecting. Do be on the lookout though. Sometimes they change their minds at the last second. I mean, if you're dealing with timing, these bosses shouldn't be too much of a problem anymore. But yeah, still fairly tricky. The Alex Kidd game for the Genesis, that one's even worse. You have to go, instead of actually using currency to pick up items, you have to play John Ken and risk your life in order to possibly get items. Enchanted Castle, that's what the game is called, is even worse with that. It's a shame because the gameplay looked pretty good still. And I kind of wasted the motorcycle sections. Oh well. The cane here, those will have you levitate for about 10 seconds. Thankfully you can still pow in midair. It would have been nice to collect that item back in the volcano to pick up that item, but no. You have to kill yourself in order to no longer have them bosses luck based. But, well, what can you do about it? Here's another item I've collected. Attack my minions. If you have no items, that boss is rather tricky. You have to punch him once or twice and step back.